Good evening. Welcome to Caffè Lena.
Caffè Lena is a legendary coffee house and folk club in Saratoga Springs, New York. It's America's oldest ongoing coffee house.
It used to be that there was one cool place around this whole area, and that was Caffè Lena.
It was one of the rare places artists could stop, say going from New York City to Boston and perform their music. And what was so cool about it was Lena herself was such a welcoming presence to these artists.
We have a sweet little cafe in the square because we have such nice people who come here. And we have such nice people who come and sing here.
She really encouraged them. Most of them were just starting out on their career. You know, Bob Dylan, this was his first ever stop outside of New York City. No one knew who he was, and in fact, he had to kind of win the crowd over. They weren't really paying that much attention, and Lena really insisted that they listen to his music.
Lena had a good eye for new performers.
The Caffè Lena stage began hosting everything that could possibly be crammed under the broad umbrella of folk music.
You're a marvelous audience. I especially admire the way you restrain yourselves. It's awesome.
You know, something always happens when you go on stage, you know, and that's kind of the sign of what makes a true performer. They change when they go on stage, and certainly Caffè Lena's was one of the first stages I got to, you know, frequent and cut my teeth on.
It's really great to actually have the variety of it. So that way the younger musicians who are there get to hear the older musicians play and people who've been doing this for however many years they've been doing this. And then to also have the older musicians there and hear what the younger people are coming up with or what they're starting to play.
There's always a really exceptional audience here, you know, that really just soaks up exactly who you are. And that is one of the best ways to play music, is you don't have to put on, or you don't have to feel like you're, you know, some rooms do that to you.
Today in music we think about popular performers playing at these gigantic stadiums and playing for 20,000 people, but these places hold less than 100 people, and so there's an intimacy there that just can't be gotten from a larger space. For people like Utah Phillips or Dave Van Ronk or Bob Dylan or Mississippi John Hurt to be out there playing for this intimate audience, you get to feel what it's like to be there in these recordings.
These are from the early 70s. There were a very limited number of tapes that we knew about, maybe 10, 20 shows. A couple of years later, we've collected somewhere around 700 shows, 700 performances.
A lot of the people that are recorded on these tapes are no longer alive, and so it's a really great opportunity for us to have music of theirs. It was the people who were going there who were realizing what an important place this was, and the music that was being created there was not like any place else.
For this project to scour the different areas and find the different home recordings that people have made is a very important thing, because they're all made with love of the music and the love for those performers. So you get to hear the enthusiasm that those people brought to the venue when they pressed record.
In the 10 short years that he was a professional photographer, he shot over 80,000 images, most of them black and white, 35 millimeter. We discovered that we had 7,000 images just of the cafe alone. We were also very excited about having an exhibition that is going to be traveling to different parts of the United States.
And the cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon, little boy blue and the man in the moon. When you're coming home, I don't know.
I had the real privilege of working on Caffè Lena and helping to bring this book to fruition. It represents years upon years of research and hard work of Jocelyn Arem, and not to mention a trove, an archive of history that would otherwise have gone pretty much lost and forgotten. And it's not frequent that we get a chance to do something as significant as this.
I didn't need power, I didn't need wealth, and I didn't need fame. I needed friends, and that's what I found there in Saratoga.
What is that chemistry? Exactly what the magic is really hard to put your finger on.
With the green rolling hills
hills of West Virginia are the nearest place to heaven that I know. Though the time
The music transfer from one generation to the other, not through commercial means, but through the love of folk music.
It gives me such great pleasure to announce the acquisition by the American Folklife Center of the Caffè Lena collection, which is joining now the largest ethnographic archive in the world.
Think of Lena as being a woman who did something so extraordinary that her work will go on through the centuries. I'm looking forward to seeing this book, and I suppose hearing it too.
Well, come on over to my house, baby. There ain't nobody home but me. Come on over to my house, baby. There ain't nobody home but me. Well, a nickel is a nickel, a dime, a house full of children. They won't be home now. Come on